You moved ages ago, further west than Buffalo, further than I could throw. Might as well be Mexico. Hi, how are you?
How are you doing, Mary?
I'm good. I'm good. I just have a sleeping toddler in my car and I'm charging it, and it's a whole beautiful day over here in New York. So
Unbelievable. So you're in New York City, right, Mary, right now?
no, not New York City. I'm actually upstate New York.
Amazing.
Um, like the Hudson Valley. It's like gonna be the warmest day of the year thus far. So that's great.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And of
Yeah.
course, Mary Webster, one of our favorite new music discoveries, Upstate. And Mary, you are so great and so talented and,
Thank you.
so excited to have you with us, Mary.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to
Abs-
be here.
Absolutely. Okay, so sleeping baby in the car. Who's looking after the baby?
Myself.
Yourself?
I'm
Oh
kind
my
of
God.
He's kind of just sleeping in his car seat, and I'm standing outside my car with the windows down.
Amazing. So you've been like
So
a musician for a long time, but you've been a
yes,
mother, but this is baby came out what, like 2 years ago? Like the baby is? How old
18
is the baby?
months.
18
18
months.
months.
So
Yep.
how has that transition been, Mary? Because
Oh, it's been
touring
wild.
musician, motherhood, all of
Yes,
that. How's it been?
totally changed everything. It changed our whole outlook on us as band and my goals in life, and it's in a good way. It's all good. And it's funny because right when I started this family, I was thinking, what does a female musician having a baby look like? Because there's not that many. I mean, of course, there's musicians throughout history with kids, but not that many in the spotlight today. There's a few, and a
Correct.
lot of them are like the bigger artists who have lots of help
Yeah,
and who have a different income and a different situation than I do and then the band
right.
does. So it's a different, it's a weird world for my generation and kids and working in general. But then you add music and how up and down and unpredictable it is, and the road, and it's a wild ride. But my band and our team has been amazing about it, and they all love Oscar. His name is Oscar, and they love my family, and so it's been a beautiful thing to see my friends and my bandmates come and help me with whatever I need, and be open to changing our plans because of it, and it's been great. I mean, the touring has been crazy. My husband has had to take work off and come and help and be there and do bedtimes and all that. And during sound check, sometimes we'll have him up with his big headphones on, and he'll come, and he loves the microphones and the drums, and he's a big fan.
Oh my
But
God.
yeah, it's a wild ride for sure. I'll say that.
Well, kudos to you, Mary,
Thank
because
you.
a lot of a lot of musicians here in Nashville, they delay motherhood or something
Yes,
like that because of all the decisions that you're making. So,
it's
you know,
true.
kudos to you for kind of balancing it all and
Thank you. I want people to feel like they can do it.
yeah,
They can be a mom and be a musician, because I think being a musician around a baby and a child is like amazing. I
yeah,
wish that I could have been around it when I was a kid more. And so I'm just excited to see what he gets from all of this, you know?
absolutely. Is
Yeah.
part of it is part of it like just inside guilt, Mary. Like what I'm talking about is you just came back from the first leg of your tour.
Yes.
You're gonna tour throughout 2023.
Yep.
And you guys are road warriors and you guys are amazing on the road. But
Thank
is
you.
part of it guilt in the sense that you're finishing a show in Massachusetts, in Maine, and you think, man, I should be reading a book to
Totally. Oh, completely. That's
uh,
totally there. But I also think that's there for most parents in general. If they have, say you're talking about a nurse or you're talking about a teacher, and they have extreme responsibilities to other people besides their family, there's guilt there no matter what. The hours are definitely not great for bedtimes and all that. There's a lot of, especially when you're on the road, there's a lot of long hours and lots of things that need your attention,
sure,
like full attention. It's not so much like a job that you can be working from home and kind of split your time in that way. It's definitely like an all or nothing kind of gig. So it is hard, and I do feel guilt, but at the same time, my husband and I have a very good partnership, and I
partnership,
trust
yeah.
him, and he's amazing at it, and they have their own special bond. And so, and then during the week when we're not touring, we can rebuild our bond, and it's awesome, and we do. So it's been working out
Yeah.
really well.
And you're fulfilled, and you're like, artistically fulfilled and all that. And that makes from
Totally.
a mother, better wife, and all that. So kudos to you.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Right
Thank
on,
you.
right on, Mary. All right. Well, pivoting a little bit to the music. I mean, first of all, I mean, we absolutely love your album. It's been
Thank
like
you.
it's been on play nonstop, Mary. I mean, and also
Thank
like
you.
I wanted to talk to you about the Upstate videos for a minute because they are so
Yeah.
good. I mean, we leave that out when we talk to artists and we always forget. So I wanted to remember this time. But I mean, you guys have videos like Old Advice and Mariera, or even the intimacy
Yes.
of Everything Changes. Um,
Right. That's right.
are these mostly like your visualizations, Mary? Like, does this come from you?
They come from the band in general. So it's funny you just bring this up because we're talking about now this year we really want to make more for this new record, and that's our goal, because it's like a one thing to be a musician, and then there's the next to be like a visual artist. It's a completely different, I mean, to me, it's a completely different form of art. And
Yeah,
it's lovely so for all the videos you mentioned, they've come from different people. So the Old Advice video was a friend of ours, um, and he had a vision after hearing the song. So we went with his vision and we loved it. And then with Marietta, that was a friend of mine, and he's out of Buffalo, and he's this amazing photographer, videographer, also a musician, who had this also another vision. And we worked with him, alongside with him, to help make it, but it was mainly him. And then with Everything Changes, that was a full just band vision. We had a videographer come in. She's out of the Hudson Valley, but that we shot right before COVID in Brooklyn.
yeah,
And that was just like the most beautiful day for that live performance. And our band member Dylan, before he was a member, did the mixing and the sound for that video, and it just did such a good job. So I
yeah.
think it's a team effort most of the time. And and if it's not a team effort, then it comes from the like artistry of the videographer that we're working with.
Yeah,
So we have
yeah.
some ideas for the new stuff that we're working on this year. That's what we're planning on doing this year.
Well, I mean, you guys are killing it. It's really like a great companion. And yeah, kudos to you for taking the risks. Like you said, it's a whole different thing, but you find a way to make it work and take the risks. So
It's important because we realize how important, like, a lot of people love these music videos, and a lot of people use YouTube as the way that they listen to music. So we definitely want
totally.
to incorporate more videos this year with more of our songs. That's our
Yeah,
goal, is to take more of the songs and translate them into video and live video and music video. Music videos are a little more in depth and a little more expensive, so it's tougher to make those work unless we have some kind of funding. But that's the plan, is to make at least one of those and then a bunch of live videos throughout the year.
totally. Oh my God, Mary, I can already tell I could talk to you for 17 hours. So we're gonna have to like move along, unfortunately, because like I can.
No worries. It's
I
okay. I'm
just
from
don't.
New York. I get it. I get it.
Oh my God, the best, Mary. But the whole album, I could nitpick every song. I like them all so much, but like
Well,
I don't know,
thanks.
when a special song like like Catalpa comes or something, there's like the intro, the nature, the chorus.
Yes.
Mary, when a song like this, like how would you describe creating a song like this? And what I mean is it almost like a state of nirvana where things kind of just flow, or is it the opposite? Is it like this is something precious? We have to work meticulously hard at this to not screw it up.
Yes. So that's a great question. For us as a band, it's completely dependent on the song and the songwriter. So there's now 4 songwriters on this album. There's technically like 3.5 songwriters, because a lot of the songs were written before Dylan joined the band, but he in the studio basically helped us finish writing them. So he's just as much of a writer. And so in the studio, we had a lot of the songs mapped out. So Catalpa was pretty fleshed out by the time we were in the studio, but with the production of it was done kind of just by feeling. So we were in the building studio in Marlboro, New York, and there were these beautiful sounds outside. So like soundscapes and lots of beautiful nature sounds, that we were just like, we have to record this. So Dylan grabbed a microphone, put it outside. We didn't know where we were going to use it, but we used it on that song, and it worked out perfectly. We used it on a couple other songs, and it's like the sound of rain, it's the sound of crickets, all the beautiful sounds. And because this album, we really wanted to be more our touches, like our just more real. Like it felt like you were in the studio with us. So that was kind of what we were going for. And Catalpa was written mainly by Melanie Glenn, and then I wrote the harmony over it, and we worked together on that, and then Dylan played guitar on it,
Yeah.
and it's just the most beautiful combination of the three of our brains, I'd say, that we could come up with, and it's really, people love it, so that's good. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
it's absolutely phenomenal, Mary. And but the whole album, Mary, and it's the first one that Upstate has done in 3 years, right? In 3 years?
Yes, the last time was
Yeah.
2019.
So I mean, it's beautiful, but it's heavy, and I mean that in a positive way. It's
It
artistically
is
heavy. I mean, yeah, it makes sense because the past 3 years for everybody have been intense, but
a lot.
also for you guys, Mary. I mean, you became a mother.
Hmm.
Also, if I'm not wrong, your vocalist almost lost his voice,
So
right?
I lost my voice. No, it was
You,
me. I
it
got
was you.
vocal nodes.
Jesus
I was
Christ.
diagnosed with vocal nodes right at the end of our last tour in 2019, and I didn't know what to do about it. And then yes, I got married in 2020, had a baby. Harry got married. Our bassist
Right,
got married.
right.
Just a lot has changed in the last 3 years. We've lost a couple members
Yeah.
to musical changes. They just like lots has changed. So
So
it's
was there
it's
ever
been
a
a big
time?
deal.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
was there ever like a time in all these changes, Mary, where you honestly like you looked at your husband or you looked in the mirror and you said, I don't know if this thing is gonna reach the finish line. Like there's too much
Yeah,
going on.
totally. Are you talking about the band or the
Yeah,
record? Because
the band, the band.
the band, oh, completely. Yes, actually, that is, it's been since we were in college. We started in 2011, and it's been forever. And we've just kept it going. It's like this thing that won't stop. And it's almost like beyond the three of us, the original three, Harry, Melanie, and I's control at this point, because the fans keep it going. The music that we keep writing keeps it going. Anytime we think we're going to be done, we have more to say. So that's what keeps it going, really. It's like the love that we have for our fans, the love we have for the music and the writing of it, the
Yeah,
love of just music in general. I would say it's definitely not due to the business side. The business side of music would be the end of it, most likely, because it's such a rough industry, especially now with
it is.
Spotify and social media. It's
So
tough
many
out
things.
there.
Even touring, like gas and everything.
Touring, oh my
Inflation.
God,
Yeah,
touring is
yeah.
not as easy as I'm sure it used to
Nope.
be. And it's like it's expensive. It's very
Oh, totally.
expensive to fly,
100%.
to drive, to rent,
Yeah.
to stay in any place. So we've had to be pretty scrappy on this tour, and we're like pretty proud to say that we're only staying in maybe 2 hotels the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of a feat nowadays in touring, but because we're kind of more local, so that's good that we can save money that way.
But Mary, and I'm not tooting your horn here, like this album, I think because of all this context that you're putting for us, like you only get a few this album alone, like if it was your only accomplishment, it's pretty unfucking believable, like that you like pushed it across the finish line. It must be so gratifying.
Thank you. It is gratifying. Hang on 1 minute. Sorry. My son woke up. He was like, I want to be part of this interview.
Oh my God, this is hysterical. Okay, so for my audio audience, they won't see it. They're gonna miss it. My video, you're in for a treat. We got a special appearance here. Special baby boy. Is this
Oscar
his first?
Webster, everybody.
Is this his first interview, Oscar?
It is. I think so.
Oh my God. Well, handsome young man. Handsome young man.
Thank
Pretty
you.
flustered. Well, Mary, I know you got a lot, of stuff going on. So let me leave you with this. Thank you much. Thank you so much for your time, Mary. Just share with us a little bit about, what's next for the band this year with touring. Are you going to tour?
Yeah.
Are you going to come south? Are you going to come to Nashville? Are you going to grace us a little bit? What's next?
Oh, I would love to do that. Of all the band members, has probably been the biggest proponent of going south. I love the South. I love the feeling there. And I love that we're not country musicians, we're not bluegrass musicians. We consider ourselves more Americana.
I agree. Yeah.
And so Americana can just like dip its toes into all of those things. It's almost like sometimes for extremely like big country or bluegrass areas, it can be like what we do can be this kind of refreshing. So for as far as touring, we would love to come south. We would love to come. We also love the Midwest. We love just like kind of the whole country. It's all great. I think we've struggled this year getting huge numbers of dates out there because we've kind of not done much in the last 3 years. Like you
Sure.
mentioned, it's been a while. So it's hard to like prove ourselves in this, like we were just talking about the business side. It's there's a lot of competition since we've been kind of recording and writing in the last 3 years. So for us, we didn't have that many new videos, and we didn't have much in the way of like new music to showcase who we are now. So that's our goal, is to just like get ourselves out there again and let people know who we are
Yeah.
now, because we've changed a lot. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's definitely like a big change. It's more of just like a
An evolution.
maturation.
Yeah.
It's an evolution. We've just become more ourselves,
Yeah.
more than
Exactly.
anything. So I'm hoping that the South wants us still. We've heard from fans that they want us to come down to like North Carolina and all those places. We've heard, but we're not sure yet. So that's our goal.
Well, Mary, you only get a few. I mean, you have an album under your arm out of all this that is completely incredible, and it's got long legs, and it's one of the
Thank you.
best things we've heard in many months. So, Mary,
Oh,
congratulations. Yeah,
thank you
absolutely.
so much. That means a lot.
Absolutely. And congratulations on being a great mom and just having everything under
Thank
control.
you.
You're like an inspiration. So thanks, Mary.
Thank you so much. That means a ton to me.
Absolutely.
Thanks
Take
for
care.
having me. Bye-bye.